Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad Yaqub, and in this video, I'm going to tell you some common issues which are being faced by the students in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Why I named India first? Because around 4 to 5 candidates, they approached me and they told me about these issues, and these issues are frequent issues. Issue number one, some of my students complained that when we go for speaking test, they have some elderly examiners, and those elderly examiners speak in a very polite and light way, and we often don't understand what they say. Sometimes they whistle while they speak. Okay, so yeah, you can understand with age your level of energy, your enthusiasm, and the things go down as well. So many students complained from India that the examiner, speaking examiner, they are some elderly, and at times it becomes difficult to understand what they are trying to say because they don't speak energetically, loudly, and because they are wearing masks as well. At times it becomes very difficult to understand whatever they say. Issue number one. Issue number two, in some centers, what do? They call the students to come at 1 o'clock, and then they keep them waiting, and then they start the test sometimes at 3 p.m., at 4 p.m., and all that. So this is another common problem. Many students complained last month that they went to appear in Ielts test and the reporting time was 1 o'clock and they reached there before the reporting time. You know, when you pay hefty amount to take a test, then you reach before the reporting time. And then the test was delayed by 2 hours, 3 hours, and 1 o'clock test, 1 p.m. test started at 4 p.m. So this is the second common problem. This takes me to the third common problem, that instead of starting the test with listening, because sometimes their infrared headgears don't work properly, they fix them, they try to fix them, it takes more time. Why don't they fix all these things a day before, and then the next day everything is spick and span and perfectly fine, right? So because of this thing, they start the test with reading. Then they go on with writing. In Pakistan, one of the test centers, what they did, they started with reading, then they went on with writing, and even during that their headgears didn't work. Then they said, okay, now we are going to do listening on open speakers, and many students stood up. It was the evening time. They had booked this big marquee, and marquees are not soundproof. From another marquee, the noise came, Munni badnaam hui, darling tere liye. They said, okay, we are taking a IELTS test and Munni is being defamed. Where the hell this Munni has come over here as well? And we try to study and Munni comes to our mind, and with Munni thousands of other thoughts come to our mind and all that. And at the end, they cancelled the test. They said, okay, we'll arrange your test on any other later day and all that stuff. So this is another common problem which is actually being faced by the students. Another common problem, one of the students complained, her test center is at the distance of 8 hours from her village. 8 hours journey from her village to test center. That was in India. And they informed her about her speaking test only a day before. And one student who started her journey to the test center, by the time she reached, it was computer delivered IELTS. They said, okay, don't come now. First she went there, the test time was 11 a.m. and until 2 p.m. their systems were not working properly. Then they said, okay, you go back and we will call you back. She booked a hotel, and then they called again, why don't you come at 5 p.m. and we will have it. And then again after 15 minutes they called, no, don't come tomorrow. What the hell is going on? And then you say integrity of the test and this and that and all that stuff. You need to check all these things. And then another common problem, when students go to appear and they take their speaking test on screen, Sometimes the screen is actually paused, the screen halts. Like this. And then the candidate doesn't know. The voice comes now like this. What hometown you like to go? And then there is the examiner waiting for the answer. I don't understand the question. How can I answer? And one of my students from Indian Punjab, she appeared in this test. And then she said, the examiner said finally, जा जाके किसे नु बारों बुला के लिया. Go and call someone from out there. No invigilator was around. This happened with her. Then she went out and she said, "Thodi baji ruk ruk ke chal rahi." They said, "Thodi examiner baji ruk ruk ke chal rahi hai, ad rahi hai." Yeah, like Peter Engine. Okay. All right. Those who live in Punjab, they know what Peter Engine is. Okay. So these are the most common problems. Now, what's the solution? Why did I make this video? Not for fun. Listen guys, I made this video to aware you about your rights. Whenever you come across anything like that they start your test with reading, I request you all watch my videos. Stand up all together. Stand up all together and then say, we will not start the test with reading. This disturbs us. Okay, if they say, okay, we will do listening on open speakers, stand up all together. Once you stand up all together, they will not run the test. They will cancel the test and then they will invite you to a later date. If they start the test like they invite you at 1 p.m. and they start the test at 4 p.m., again refuse to take the test. If you have energy drainage and all that stuff, this is your right. And if you want to complain immediately. Don't focus on verbal complaints. They are useless. I mean, for example, I complained the invigilator. Who is that invigilator? He is the daily wager. He is going to go back home after getting his paycheck. Right? Invigilators, don't complain them. Examiner, they will not allow you to reach there. You need to make complaint in written form. There should be a written complaint to your test center through email. And then there should be CC of that complaint mail to British Council if you took your test from British Council, or IDP Australia, British Council UK, IDP Australia, and then another CC to Cambridge University Ielts department. Okay, and one of my students, he did so, right? I mean, he got 7.5 in listening, and during his listening test there was a power shortage, a power cut. And then the audio was interrupted and then they played the audio again and the test continued, and he said, I lost my concentration and all that. Even after announcing the result, he complained, local examination body, I don't want to name, he was from UAE, okay. Then he complained, if I tell you the country you will get to know. Then he complained directly to UK, right? And then finally, after the verbal fight of 2 weeks, they said, okay, you can retake a test without paying any fee, and we allow you to book another date and we will not charge you for that, and your previous IELTS result is null and void. So all these things happen, right? You have the right. I mean, your money is at stake. It's not that you're paying pennies for this test. You are paying thousands, okay, and this money is really hard earned money, so don't let it go wasted. When you have energy drainage, your energy is drained, you cannot perform well. You come to take the test at 1 p.m. very active, you are sitting there, and then they say, we are starting shortly. They never tell. They will not say 1 o'clock test will start at 4 o'clock. They will say, we are starting shortly. 1 o'clock, okay. 1:30, we are starting shortly. 2 o'clock, just in few minutes we are inviting you in. 2:30, yeah, just everything is almost fixed, we are inviting you. 3 o'clock, just it's about to start any minute. Even you can't go to the loo, mein rok ke rakhe hai. Yeah, they start any minute. And then they take you from 1 to 4 p.m. So you have your rights as well. If you don't feel well because of them, if you have energy drainage because of them, if you feel lethargic, bored and all that, and you have less concentration, if in examination room there is some music, dum dum dum, dig dig dig, or munni badnaam hui, you can always make complaints, and then you are entitled to retake that very test. All the best, guys. Thank you very much. You watch my videos and you promote me, and now you have made me international IELTS trainer. I'm really thankful to all of you guys. Once upon a time I was a teacher in a street academy, and now alhamdulillah all over the world people know me, all because of you. A great salute to you. I also teach IELTS online all over the world and on campus here in Lahore. If you want to be the part of my online or on-campus IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you best of luck. Take care. Allah Hafiz.